Yes. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hi. How are you doing?
This is fun because we have this conversation usually in the beginning of years, but we don't usually share it with other people.
That's so true. I know
Right.
it's really
It's
fun.
like, where are we? What do we want to do this year? What are we excited about? How can we feed our passions? Like,
I have my shades on. I guess I can take my shades off. I'm not going anywhere quite yet.
I think you should get more sun this year.
I'm definitely going to get more sun. I am going to continue to have as much fun as possible. Kara and I decided to work together because we were ready to kind of like expand our capacity for helping heal people and work with people after being doctors one-on-one for so many years. We really wanted to come together and help people in a kind of more expansive way. And that's kind of leading into this whole concept of choosing a word for 2024. And I love I'm like a type A Virgo, right? So like I like this whole like organizing and goal setting, and I did a whole thing for our community on. I'm looking for my notebook, but I just packed it away on goal setting. So if you haven't seen that, that was done in December. And what Kara was saying, that the health of it, the process of it, is the part that's so expansive and great for people. But
Yeah.
so
That's really interesting. I think that was like one of the big things I learned in last year was that, all the data we were looking at, because we're really trying to bring happiness and joyful living and like actually living your life and making the most of your days to our people we work with. And in all that literature, it's so interesting that when people do goal setting and they're like, I want to be the CEO, or I want to have that house, or I want to own this, or I want to, get into that program, or whatever it is, it's not that thing that actually gives you joy and happiness and contentment. It's the process of getting there. And I think that's so interesting. And that's why we're so psyched always in January, like, what are we going to do this year and what's going to happen? And I love that energy of it, but I want to pull it all the way through the year for people. And I think since we work in the health space, it's really important to bring that to, okay, health and wellness, like what are your goals? What are your values there? And how do you keep it going? This time of year, people are like, I'm going to do the weight loss thing and I'm going to like get off this food and I'm going to do that. And then they always drop off. Right. And so we're trying to be really consistent about it, about like, hey, you can totally do this, but you need to surround yourself with a group of women who are also trying to improve themselves, and try and learn more and try and implement things, figure out what other people are doing, instead of trying to figure it out all on our own. It's better to do it as a group. So that's kind of like what we're trying to bring this year, is that awareness. And there's so much actual excitement in the process of like, you see, oh, that's what you're making for breakfast. I'm going to try to make that for breakfast. It's so exciting, actually, if you have other people to run these things by. Like, you and I are always talking about this stuff with each other, but other people aren't necessarily. So it's fun to bring people together.
And that it's collaborative and it's in a what we use the word collective, that there's collaboration, that there's like a collective thought of all working towards expanding and being feeling our best. Like I feel like so many of us were set up in competition, that like if you're doing sports, you're competing, or you're competing against maybe not even each other, but you're competing against yourself. And that there is something really great about competition and how it makes you get better and better. But the energy of healing is often in more collaboration, connection. And that's what happens. Like if you go and have a great session with a doctor or a healer or somebody, you feel like somebody connected into you and is supporting you. And so that's the energy of 2024, that we know that what's not working for many people is this like, I call it staccato. It's not probably the right word, but this, like, you meet with a doctor, you get information, you have an amazing meeting. This is how it works with my patients. We love each other so much. We're excited. They feel supported. They feel connected. And then they go on their merry way to do a list that I've created for them or we've created together ideally, but they're still off on their own, and what they need is more of a through line, and they need more connection so
Mhm.
that it's easier, and so that they're not like, oh shit, I didn't get my blood work done today, and that's another fail. It's like, and then that's like a fail, or it's another thing, right? We want to be more lifting people up and collaborating and connecting so that every day you're working towards these goals bit by bit in a way that feels really supported. Anyway, so part of my
Can
what
I
I
pop in there?
yeah, please. Oh my
Okay,
god.
before you go into that, I know where you're going. I can read your mind. I just think that's a really good point, is like the people you surround yourself with. So this is something in the new year to really, I think about, and I've been doing a lot of reading on this, is like, you're sort of the summary of your 5 closest people. And my word of the year, which of course you can't nail me down with one word, is level up. So it's but I want to level everything up. So I want to like, if I'm making a smoothie for breakfast, I want to think, what can I put in here that's going to help with like my neck pain? Or what am I going to like do with anti-aging medicine? Or what's going to help me with my hormones here? Or if I'm, getting lunch, I'm going to make those, like, what could I add to this that's going to make it better? Like in my relationships, with my children, with my husband, with you, like with my friends, like, how can I make this better? Like, okay, I'm actually going to check in on that person. I'm going to send them a card. I'm going to do a little thing like I want to level up everything in my life this year. So you can hold me accountable to this.
I
Um,
love it.
in
I
every
love it.
area though, like every single area, like I just want to be like, okay, everything I'm going to do just a little bit better. And I know like I want to be better, do better. That's what I'm doing this year.
I love it.
Yeah.
And mine is expansion. So I want some spaciousness and expansiveness. Like I want more expansive relationships. I want more expansion
Mhm.
in our work that we're doing with people. I want more expansiveness with just myself. Sometimes when things get busy for me, it can feel like it's like
Mhm.
collapsing in on me, and I can sometimes feel, Kara knows really well, like I can get a little like I feel sorry for myself, or I can't sleep very well, or I get really stressed, and I want to kind of like break through that and step into it expansiveness, so that like it's not like I have to do this, it's like I get to do this, and I get to expand, and I get to touch more people, reach more people, have better relationships.
And as you're saying that, I'm thinking about this beach house you're looking at with this massive deck and the view and everything. And I'm like, she's going to be sitting out there in this like expansive view, and I'm going to get to come visit.
My God. Um, so the one thing today that I get to go do is
Okay.
go take my son to what it was his third knee surgery, his fourth surgery in the last 2 years, and talk about a kid who's so inspiring
Mhm.
because he takes it in stride. He hasn't said one thing to make him to feel sorry for himself. He lost his whole football seasons, and he's just like a total star. It's amazing when you get inspired by your own kids. But so we get to go expand, be expansive at the surgery center today. But Kara and I are bringing you a host of very fun things. Next, in a few days, we start our glow up. That's our fun gift to you, to start for you to level up and for you to expand into your glow. We've got a really fun 5 days for you. That's all free and fun and exciting.
And
So
it just comes like you don't have to even come live. We love it when you come live because we'll answer your questions and stuff. But it just comes to your text. So it's like use us. We've been around a while. We have these things that we want to teach people, and we don't have time in our medical visits with them. So we have this thing you can just sign up for free, and for 5 days you get like the things we find most important that you can incorporate in your day right now. So
and
I
what we're trying to level up with.
when we're this is I mean, these are literally things we're trying to like research and find out, and how can we make this better and this better. And so we're sharing it all with you. So we hope everybody will take advantage of that, and that we can like be part of this kind of movement of like, oh yeah, everybody, we can be better, do better. We're going to get better.
And just be happy. We get to be happy, and sources of happiness. There's a lot of
Mhm.
intensity and swirling and negativity, and we are healthcare providers because we want your health to truly expand and level up. So that's our job. That's what we get to do. That's what we get to bring you.
Yeah.
You can go read news and be educated in different places. What you're coming to us for is we're reading all about how to stay healthy and be your very best self, and that's what we're bringing to you. So we're really excited.
All right. It's a good one. 2024.
Yay. Woo woo. Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.